Rachel Ruto rather, during the launch of the modern agendas. She was accompanied by the Governor of County Government, Jonathan B., and the Secretary, Madam Mary Muthoni, sorry about that, in the launch and innovation efforts of this modern hospital in earlier today. Health Secretary Mary Muthoni cited that the community health insurance is a significant development that will greatly benefit the society and women who will easily access medical services. Supported by Governor Jonathan B. through the steps the government has taken to ensure affordable health services for all.
And the Social Health Insurance Fund, Your Excellency, the very best thing that has happened is because we have 3 funds in it. One is called the Primary Care Fund, yenye itashughulikia the hospitals, the dispensaries, the health facilities yenye tunaita level 2 and level 3. The other one is the Social Health Insurance Fund, ile tulikuwa tunaita NHIF. And now we have the Chronic Illness Fund. Mamangu akiwa nyumbani, ama mama zangu wale wako hapa, akigonjeka, and the disease is a long-term disease like cancer, mambo ya dialysis, tunashinda kwa WhatsApp sahi, tukichangia kila mtu, everybody will be treated.
We are committed to universal health coverage, ensuring affordable health quality services to all. Our healthcare strategies aims to establish a model hospital in each of our 30 wards, a plan that requires a robust support. Your Excellency, our 2005 community health promoters will also be integrated with the facility like Mama Rachel Hospital to facilitate referrals needing specialized care.
This is a significant step in realizing the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto commitment to achieving universal healthcare coverage by integrating technology for healthcare delivery and fully functional primary healthcare mechanisms, including preventive, promotive, curative, palliative, and rehabilitative services. The national government bottom-up economic transformation agenda, BETTER, has listed healthcare as one of the key pillars towards the responsibility of our nation. The county of Uasin Gishu continues to be a leader in this sector, and I must congratulate the county government and private sector for the rich investment you have made towards the health of Kenyans' citizens. This is why I'm especially delighted to join you today to launch various innovations and facilities within the county's health sector to ensure that all our people access better health care.
And with that story, we get into the National Muslim Advisory Council has urged Muslims to adhere to the Chief Qadi's announcement regarding the Eid al-Adha celebration on Sunday. The leaders, led by their chairman, Juma Ngao, stated that traditionally, the Chief Qadi announces the beginning and the end of the holy month of Ramadan and all Eid Fitri and Eid Adha celebrations. The council has called on all Muslims to respect the Chief Qadi's announcement and show unity. This comes after the Kenya Water Council announced that Eid al-Adha celebration will be held on Monday, June 17th, based on the moon sighting contradiction to the announcement by Chief Qadi Abdullahi Hussein, which aligned with the moon sighting in Saudi Arabia, suggesting Eid celebration to be on Sunday, June 16th.
Hata kuna kauli mbili hapa ambazo moja ni ya Fatwa Council kwamba tarehe moja si Juma ni Jumamosi na Eid ni Jumatatu, Arafa ni Jumapili, na kuna kauli ya Chief Qadi kwamba sisi mwezi huu kwa vile mahujaji wako kule Maka tutafuata Maka kalenda ya kule kwa sababu ndio wako kule. So na kwa mwezi tarehe moja ilikuwa ni Friday, Jumamosi itakuwa ni siku ya Arafa na Jumapili itakuwa ni Eid. Kila upande una dalili ya Qur'ani na hadithi za Mtume na kila upande wasema uko sawa. Sasa wale Muislamu wa kawaida ndiye amekuwa confused. Hajui sasa atafuata amri ya Chief Qadi au amri ya hichi kikundi cha Fatwa Council. Na Fatwa Council iliundwa mwaka jana. It's a new group. Iongozwa na Sheikh Mwenye Baba ule Lamu. Ofisi ya Chief Qadi iko tangu 1858 iko Kenya, na ni ofisi ambayo kikatiba inatambulikana. na ndio ofisi miaka yote imekuwa mamlaka ya mambo ya mwezi Ramadhani na miezi mingine.
Ofisi ya kidini ambayo inatambulika ni ofisi ya chifu kadhi pamoja na mahakama yake. Hakuna ofisi nyingine ambayo inatambulika kikenya. Wakenya viongozi wote wanapotaka mambo ya kidini huwa ni lazima wamshauri, wamuulize ama watake opinion ya chifu kadhi, na haya nyinyi wenyewe mnayaona. KEMNAK inatangaza haya yafuatayo. Jumapili ndiyo sikukuu ya Kenya kwa mujibu wa maelezo ya chifu kadhi mkuu wa Kenya. Na sisi KEMNAK tunawaomba Waislamu wa Kenya na mashirika yote ya kidini ya Kenya tumuungeni mkono chifu kadhi.
With that, we shift gears into Kilifi County. Kilifi County have postponed sessions of the county assembly until one of them, who was arrested in connection with the land dispute that resulted in death of a resident, is released. The ward representative, led by their colleague from Kanze ward, Karisa Ngirema, and Martha Koki from Mariakani ward, said their colleague from Shimolatewa ward, Harun Tete, was arrested by police last Friday, and efforts to secure his release have been unsuccessful.
Walivunja ukuta mara kwanza na wakasimamisha ukuta mara pili. Nikaripoti hiyo kesi police station. Wakaitwa, wakaulizwa, wa declare interest. Waseme plot ni yao ama ni ya mtu, wanatetea mtu. Hawasemi. Sasa hii wakija kuvunja ukuta wanakuja na interest gani? Wa declare interest.
Ndio tunataka tukutane na wakili. Tujue actually hiyo mata ni mata gani. Ndio tutaelezewa zaidi. Ndio tutajua the way forward na ukweli uko wapi, lakini kwa sasa hatuwezi kukomenta
bunge letu ili kwenda kuunga mkono na kuwa na mwenzetu ambaye sasa hivi amekuwa korokoroni pale Shimolatewa kutaka kujua ni nini kinachoendelea.
This is just bought this land. You can see it's a forest and they only bought it 2 years ago. It's just ridiculous.
Tumethibitishiwa hivi karibuni ya kwamba property hii ni property ya serikali kuu.
Hayamaanishi shamba ambayo ni ya umma kwa sababu ilikuwa haitamiliki, lakini katika ramani inaonyesha ni shamba ya umma, kwamba wewe mtu binafsi unaweza kwenda kuichukua kwa sababu uko na pesa.
We move south to Kenya. The president of Malawi, Lazarus Chakwera, confirmed the death of Vice President Saulo Chilima and 9 others after wreckage of an aircraft was found. The military craft was transporting them within the country on Monday morning East African time and was scheduled to land at Zuzu International Airport but did not arrive as planned, raising concern and leading military operation to search Chikwama Forest, where the aircraft was found completely destroyed. Vice President Chilima was among the 10 people who perished in the plane crash. He was en route to represent the government at the funeral of former cabinet minister Raphael Kasambara, who passed away 4 days ago. Former First Lady Shanzin Dimbiri was also aboard the aircraft. Saulo Chilima died at the age of 51 and had served as vice president since 2014. We say rest in peace. That story from Malawi. We mourn with our Malawian brothers and sisters. We move on into within our own borders in Mombasa County in an effort to address the threat of mirror use on coastal region. The government of Mombasa County has collaborated with Kilifi County government to announce a 10-day campaign aimed at bringing about change in 6 constituencies in both counties. Speaking at the governor's office, Mombasa Deputy Governor Francis Thoya emphasized that within the next 10 days, the government will launch a national campaign to combat harmful effects of the mirror use, especially among the youth. Their main goal is to advocate for the support of the Draft Crop Amendment Bill 2024, introduced by Kilifi North MP Owen Yaya Baya, seeking to eradicate mirror as cash crop. The campaign also aims to increase awareness, mobilize communities, and advocate for policy changes to eliminate the threat of mirror use from society. This move follows the High Court in Embu, fighting the mirror ban imposed by Mombasa, Taita Taveta, and Kilifi counties, pending the hearing and determination of an application filed by mirror traders.
The county government of Mombasa, under the leadership of His Excellency the Governor Abdul Somad Sharif Nasir, remains resolute in its commitment to combating the abuse of muguka within our region. In response to this growing epidemic of muguka addiction plaguing our nation, we will now escalate our effort and join other counties across the country in rallying together for a transformative 10 days activism campaign from today, June 11. It is important for the public to know that His Excellency, the Governor, and the county government are facing a total of 9 cases in court on this matter. This demonstrates the enormity of the battle ahead. It is evident that interests are at play at the expense of the people of Mombasa. However, the county government of Mombasa remains unwavering in its resolve to protect the welfare of our citizens and create a safe, drug-free environment for the future generation. Over the course of these 10 days, Kenyans will embark on a national-wide campaign to combat the detrimental effect of muguka consumption on its citizens, particularly the youth. This movement will bring together communities, leaders, stakeholders to address the social, economic, and health challenges posed by muguka addiction.
And still on miraa, some political leaders in Kilifi County have maintained their stance against the trade and use of miraa, volunteering to end the business of the plant in Kilifi County. During the launch of a multi-purpose hall at Mahajoni Secondary School in Kilifi North, MP Owen Baya said leaders in the region are not intimidated by the ban on miraa, while Gender Affairs Cabinet Secretary Aisha Jumwa cited the goal of ensuring a healthy and responsible generation being compromised by the use of miraa nationwide. Despite Kilifi County leaders coming out to ban miraa, on the other hand, leaders in Embu and Meru counties have vowed to defend the miraa and miraa trade in coastal counties, citing a court order explicitly permitting them to sell the plant. These leaders have anonymously stated that they will continue to fight for the continuity of this particular business, stating that coastal leaders should respect the court and avoid victimizing sellers from that region.
Sema hii Kilifi haitauzwa tena muguka. Hii Kilifi. They can obtain as many court orders as they want, but they cannot force us to eat muguka. They will not do that, and it will not happen as long as I'm a leader here. That will never happen.
Kama lazima utuuzie, ni lazima utuuzie, kwa sababu you want to make money. Na sisi hapa Kilifi County, we want a sober and health generation. Kilifi!
And probably this should be the last miraa story we'll be airing tonight. Miraa traders and transporters have raised concerns and fear for their safety following incidents of attacks by thugs on their way to coastal counties, citing their lives being at risk. Speaking in Runyenje's Embu, and the traders have called on county governors in coastal counties to abide by the court order, despite those counties issuing ban on miraa, urging for a permanent solution despite cases of violence attacks being witnessed in transport routes. MP Ruku called on security agencies to intervene and focus on the court order, which has been acknowledged by some leaders, emphasizing that miraa trade is legitimate according to the courts.
And our CS of Interior, a court order was issued, and up to now it is not borrowed. The governors from Coast Region have ignored it. Our concern is Mombasa not Kenya, whereby we are all bound by the rules and the regulations of Kenya.
Naomba sana serikali na koti muweze kutusaidia kuona kwamba ile court order inafanya kazi na mizigo zetu zinaingia kwa urahisi kwa soko tarajiwa ambazo tunapeleka huo mzigo.
Na imenifaidi sana, hata watoto wangu wamekuwa wakisoma vizuri, but since hii kitu ikuje kuwekwa mkazo, Naona hata kila siku mwalimu ananipigia, anataka karo. Nashindwa sasa, ni mwalimu nitaambia ngoja Muguka ifunguliwe ama nitafanya nini?
Kwa nini unasema miraa inaharibu watu huko Mombasa? Na sisi kusema ukweli, sisi hatujaiona adhara ya miraa katika hii kaunti ya Embu.
Our Muguka is not a drug. And because of that, come to Embu, kujeni Embu, muone. Familia tuko nazo, watoto tuko na wao. Tumesaa ni wengi. Na tunaongezea pia. So, yenye inaripikia watu wa kwenu ni nini? Tunashangaa. Si Muguka, isos hand drugs.
Sheria imehakikisha Muguka na miraa ile tunaita botanically cannabis eduris ni mmea halali. Hiyo lazima ifanyike. And we are respectfully asking the Inspector General of Police, please ensure the court orders are enforced. If we are not enforced, this country will go down the drain as an anarchy country and banana republic country.
And we switch gears into education sector. Likuyani MP Innocent Mugabe has threatened to present a motion in National Assembly to remove Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu over allegations of the ministry's failure to meet its obligations. Mugabe said the motion would align with what he describes as the ministry's failure to disburse funds to public schools in the country, saying this has hampered academic activities by delaying the release of school funds as promised. Referring to last fiscal year, he mentioned that allocated funds were not disbursed by 100%.
Lakini pesa za capitation hazifiki kwa mashule. Mwaka jana shule hazikupata 100% capitation. Haikufika hata 60%. Mwaka huu tunaona the same trend is taking place. Walimu hawapewi pesa, principals wanahangaika, head teachers wanahangaika sababu hakuna pesa ambayo inatoka kwa serikali inaenda kwa shule ambayo ni haki ya watoto. Tunaona tuna pesa ya kufanya mambo mengine yote, lakini ikifika wakati wa pesa ya capitation mnaanza kutupatia story. Sisi tunakuonya Machogu na timu yako kwamba prioritize pesa ya capitation, sababu hii ndio pesa ya kusaidia mtoto wa maskini. Tafadhali tunakuomba, na usipofanya hivi tutakuita kule bungeni. Ile ya Linturi ilikuwa kionjo. Hii unacheza na mtoto wa maskini, tutashikana na wewe Machogu. Pesa ya capitation isipoenda kwa shule, we will also impeach you. And I know this will get full support ya wananchi, sababu tunapigania haki ya watoto wa maskini na tunapigania the future of this country.
And back into Embu County, Embu MP Geoffrey Ruku strongly opposes views expressed by some political leaders regarding the distribution of national resources, stating that these opinions aim to divide the nation. Ruku urged President William Ruto as a leader to make instant action against government officials who he said were making statements that could divide the nation along tribal lines. Targeting Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Ruku added that such a system would oppress many parts of the country, including his own constituency, reiterating that all Kenyans from various regions have the right to equal distribution of national resources.
Mumesikia kwamba kumeanza kuwa na tatizo kidogo katika siasa yetu ya Kenya na hasa katika siasa yetu ya mlima. Tumeona imeanza kuteleza kidogo. We are witnessing some exchanges of leaders which are not good for the democracy of this region as well as the democracy of our nation. It is true everybody has an opinion, and that opinion is guarded within our rights which are enshrined within our constitution. Hiyo yote tunakubali. Lakini matamshi kutoka viongozi wa Kenya, yale ambayo inaweza leta mgawanyiko wa kikabila katika nchi yetu ya Kenya, sisi kama wabunge hatuyataki. Haiwezi tusaidia sisi kama watu wa North. Kwa hiyo formula sisi hatutaki. Na pia some of the counties which will lose money If one man, one shilling, one vote, ndio itatimizwa, it's Embu County. It will lose more than 700 million Kenya shilling ambazo zitakuwa zinaingia huku kwetu. Kwa hivyo tunataka Kenya moja. If there is difference within the government of our nation, that difference must be resolved as quickly as possible. And if the President of the Republic of Kenya feels that he needs to crack whip, and that whip can go in any direction, Mr. President, you have the authority, according to the Constitution of Kenya, to crack the whip. Kama Raila Odinga alisalimu amri, akatii, akanjua iko sheria katika nchi yetu ya Kenya, akaacha maandamano na akatambua William Ruto kama rais wa Kenya, nani mwingine katika nchi yetu ya Kenya ambaye ataleta fitina, ataleta nyokonyoko, ataleta mgawanyiko? Hakuna. Mr. President, cheza kama wewe.
With that story, the leader of minority in the National Assembly and Ugunja MP Opiyo Ondanyi has condemned the statements made by Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga regarding the distribution of national resources based on population criteria. He advocates for fair and equal distribution of national resources. The leader of the minority in the National Assembly, James Opiyo Ondanyi, stated that every Kenyan has a right to an equal share of national resources and cannot be discriminated against based on their voting patterns in the last general elections.
This nonsense must now stop. This sense of entitlement that is being exhibited through the reckless remarks by Governor Mutahi Kahiga must now come to an end. The government of the Republic of Kenya cannot be a property of only those who voted for it. Because every Kenyan, regardless of where they voted, pays taxes. The people of Kakamega, the people of Bungoma, just like the people of Migori, the people of Siaya, and the people of Nyeri are taxpayers. And therefore, they are entitled to development just like any other person in this country. You cannot come out in the public as a leader who is elected. You cannot do that. You come out and start preaching politics of primitivity, politics of backwardness. We don't care the kind of war you have in your UDA. Hiyo vita mko nao ndani ya UDA ni yenu. Hiyo ni yenu. Hiyo vita ambayo iko ndani ya UDA saa hii ni yenu. Lakini msitumie hiyo vita kudharau Wakenya wengine. Sina maana hiyo. Uweze tumia vita ndani ya UDA kuanza kudharau Wakenya wengine ambao sio wana UDA. Kila Mkenya ako na haki ya kupata maendeleo kwa sababu kila Mkenya analipa ushuru. Ukianza kuongea vile unaongea, tukikwambia basi nyinyi mkae wenye walipigia serikali kura mtoe ushuru na wengine wakose kutoa ushuru, mtafika wapi? Mtafika wapi? Somebody occupying a high position such as that of governor must be responsible with what he says in public. Must be extremely responsible and must be careful what comes out of his mouth in the public. Don't use the civil war in order. Don't use that civil war or that battle that is going on in order to start creating animosity in the country.
And this is the bonus that everyone is waiting for, the tax increases that are being opposed by everyone. The government's move to increase taxes on various commodities in the country, especially those frequently used, continues to anger ordinary citizens as well as various leaders nationwide. Kajiado East MP Kakutu Maima, during the bursary issuance event in Kajiado East constituency, expressed his displeasure with his move. He stated that it will burden the citizen, noting that many will suffer from the heavy tax burden compared to previous governments. He called for discussions to ensure that Kenyans receive relief.
To put the brakes, we need to look at the life of our people and make sure our people continue to afford a living. Because there are already so many struggling people. And if we tax them, they will continue to actually fall under the poverty line. So, msimamo wangu ni kwamba this taxation imekuwa too much. We have seen countries that obviously taxes do work. But our country, we are taxing, but we don't see the services. We will be disfranchised. Kwa sababu population zetu iko kidogo. Na sasa inamaanisha wakisema one man one shilling, inamaanisha zile constituencies ambazo ni ndogo, watu na wengi hapo watachukua resources yote na sisi tutaumia. So to be fair, let's just go with 1 kilometer, 1 shilling.
And this is how we dive into sports. Kesogon Girls School are the champions of the Amboseli Volleyball Cup organized in Bungoma County. And so in primary school were crowned champions on the girls category. Here is how our own reporter Duncan Koba files it.
Kesogon Girl from Trans Nzoia County are the new champion of the second edition of Amboseli Volleyball Tournament held in Bokoli, Bungoma County. The tournament was sponsored by Webuye West MP Dan Wanyama. Kesogon thrashed their Rift Valley counterpart St. Joseph's Kitale 3-0. In the primary schools category, Soin Girls baptized Bishop Muge 3-1, while Cheptil won 2-1 against Kisiwa TTI.
Hapa na ofisi ya mjumbe wako hapa. Vilevile tunaye mwakilishi wa eneo hili.
Ball inakuja. I see. Ball.
According to the organizers, the General Secretary of Federation Bungoma Branch Dennis Wamalu and his chairman Martin Wanyonyi are aiming to develop more youngsters in particular sports, as well as reclaiming the lost glory in the past years, whereby 70% of the national team came from Western region.
So as mentioned, our main objective ideally is to support talent, is to grow and expose these young talents so that they can be able to even go to higher levels. The biggest challenge we have is that at the moment we have very few clubs from within. So I will wish to encourage those sponsors and corporates and other well-wishers to come and support clubs locally so that we can be able to grow the number of volleyball clubs within the county. But as you know, Bungoma traditionally has been the basis of volleyball in Kenya. From history, Bungoma has produced some of the best talents in this country, including but not limited to even the current sponsor, Honorable Dan Wanyama, who was the captain of the Kenya national team, and my able chairman here who also played in the national team.
Tumepoteza muda mrefu kwa sababu mvua imenyesha tangia jana usiku, leo asubuhi. Sasa hivi ndio viwanja zinaendelea kukauka, lakini ukiangalia hali ya anga kuna dalili kwamba inaweza kunyesha. Kama tungekuwa katika indoor facility, hiyo mvua haingeweza kutuaffect na tunaweza kumaliza mashindano yetu kwa muda unaofaa.
The representative of the MP Dan Wanyama Andrungeyo has emphasized that they are aiming to strengthen the playing ground, indicating that the Kenya Academy of Sports, in collaboration with the MP, will build the best field for different sports in Bokoli High School soon.
Mheshimiwa anajaribu kukuza talanta kwa kutengeneza viwanja, na hasa mahali hapa ambapo tuko, it was imechaguliwa kama a center for sports academy. Even yesterday and today We have had a team of people from Nairobi, from the Kenya Academy of Sports, KAS. Wamemalizia kufanya mikakati yao ili ujenzi uanze tayari. Kwa hivyo all disciplines of sports will be centered here for promotion of the talent. So Bokoli Boys High School has been earmarked as a center for sports in the county particularly.
In Kakamega County, Emanani Muslim Secondary School has booked the ticket to represent Matungu Sub-County in men's soccer after whipping off their neighbors St. Maurice Muira 3-0 in the final yesterday. This was their fourth straight time to qualify for the county competition, where they are included in Group A against Mutoni Secondary School, St. Joseph's Shibale and Butere High School.
Kwa hii sub-county nimekuja kwenda county. Na pia nashukuru Mungu nimeenda county. So narudi na vijana tu train tena. Hapo kwa county mzee nitakutana nazo pia zijue maana nimejipanga na mtimu mzuri. Kana jua pia wamejipanga. Alafu siri ya mimi nikidhani tangu nianze coach maana sijaikosa kufika final. Siri ni kutrain tu vijana wangu. Mimi sina ile time ati nimeleta sijui nimeenda nimechukua mchezaji mahali. Huwa nafanya scouting. Nachukua vijana wa primary wanakuja wanajoin. So time wanafika kwa form 3, form 2 na wanamejail, vijana wanajua kitu kufanya. Kwa hiyo kosi yangu ya leo niko na vijana wa form 4 vijana karibu 6. Na pia kuna sasa vijana wengine wako form 3, form 2 ni vijana wazuri. Kinaweza himiza makocha wengine pia waamini vijana wao.
Duncan Koba for EBN Sports.
Well, that has been how our bulletin has been like. We appreciate you for tuning in all the way from wherever you're watching us. And this is how we wrap it up. On behalf of everyone that has made this particular transmission a success, we thank you so much. And we ask of you to let us know where you're watching us from. And we'll be happy to give you a shout out. From me and the entire team, good night. Malin, good night.